Alexa, how to become a data scientist?
I'm not sure.
You see, she does not have all the answers. Oh, by the way, meet Alexa. I'm sure many of you have Alexa at your home, right? This is artificial intelligence or AI and data science in action. Alexa, what do you think of me?
You have a nice voice.
I love that. Maybe she does know everything. Did I say she doesn't know everything? Oh no, I was wrong. She does know a lot of things. There are these courses, there are multiple really great courses in data science, and there are these individual videos, there are these blogs, and then there are also amazing textbooks. With all those resources out there, where do you even start to start becoming a data scientist? So I'm just going to suggest a path for you that has worked for some of my friends that I know really well. They have transitioned from careers as diverse as history and biology, and they are now working as data scientists. Okay, I'm not saying that this route that I'm going to suggest is going to be the route for everyone, but it might be worth exploring. So one great place to start is to start to learn programming if you do not know how to program a computer. And which programming language? Well, I would suggest Python. Why Python? Because Python is super easy to learn. It's almost like English. So when I suggest that you learn programming first, you may ask the question, why do you want to learn programming? Why? Because of a very simple reason, right? Because data science, as the term suggests, has a lot of data in it. So every single day, and most likely every single hour of your job, you will be dealing with lots and lots of data. So how do you do things to the data, right? You want to get something out of the data. How do you move things around? How do you filter those data? How do you make these really cool visualizations? For that, you need a tool to actually let you do that. Well, if you're a Windows user or if you have a Mac with Microsoft Office installed, then you already have a tool. It's called Microsoft Office, right? The worksheet or the workbook, where you can actually look at the data, look at all the different columns and different rows, and you can make these little plots and do some little calculations. So you may ask the question, why can't you use Microsoft Excel to do data science? Actually, you can. In fact, you can even do machine learning on Microsoft Excel, okay? Trust me. But the problem here is, as the data becomes large, and if you have to do really sophisticated calculations, then Microsoft Excel sometimes does break down, and it's not the best way of doing it. So I suggest that you switch to another language called Python. Python is super easy, and it's almost like English. And some of my friends who started doing data science first learned Python. It's a great way to start learning data science, okay? And Python has almost all the things that you actually need to do machine learning and deep learning and image visualization, making data plots, etc., etc., etc. So after you have done Python, well, that's a tricky question, right? How can you tell that you have done enough Python? Well, there is no hard and fast rule here actually. So you need to know enough Python to actually start doing data science and implementing all those machine learning algorithms. In this series of videos, I will either point you out to other resources out there that has great background material, or I will give you short videos where you can actually learn some Python. Okay? We will get to a point where you know enough Python to get you going. And then you get to the next step. What is the next step? The next step is actually to go and learn some machine learning algorithms. Why machine learning algorithms? Because most of data science as it is being practiced today in the field of machine learning is about making predictions. What kind of predictions? Well, how will the stock market do tomorrow? Can you estimate the price of a house that you are going to sell? Those are the kinds of questions. And can you tell what I'm actually saying, converting voice into text? And Amazon recommender systems, right? If you have shopped on Amazon, do you actually see that Amazon actually says that if you like this, then you may also like this? And the same goes for Netflix movie recommenders, right? All that is actually machine learning. And Alexa that we saw earlier is also machine learning that converts voice into text, does the search and returns back to you, converts that text back into voice, okay? So all these things are predictive, okay? You are going to try to predict what's going to happen tomorrow or in the future, most of it. So that's why you need machine learning. And there are a few very popular algorithms that we can learn, and you can learn them intuitively. And again, we will either point you out to excellent resources out there, or if I feel that I want to add an extra perspective to those resources, then I will have another video for you. And there will be two different kinds of videos that actually tells you where to find really good material. And there will also be videos that actually explain some of the things, because sometimes, different resources actually give you different points of view on these material, right? And different people like to learn things differently in different ways. Some of you are visual learners, in which case, you like to look at these nice pictures and, explain a concept in terms of those pictures. Some of you might be more mathematical learners where, you want to look at an equation and kind of, think abstractly about that equation. And some of you actually may want to look at numbers with code or inside of an Excel worksheet. So there are different ways of teaching and learning this material. There is a lot of really good material out there. And if I feel that there is this topic that has not been covered in that detail or with, as many different points of view, and if I think I have something to add, then I definitely will make a video just for that topic. Okay, so that's the deal. I will never say that my series of videos are the best videos, for sure. That is one way of teaching it. And if you think that you like my style, watch my videos, or you are always encouraged to watch other great videos out there. And so that brings us to the next point, right? So you have done some programming, you have learned some machine learning algorithms, and now it's time for you to actually use that Python programming that you learned in the first step to actually try to implement these algorithms. What do I mean by that? Take some data from the internet or from some of those data sources that I will talk to you about much later. And then you can try to, predict with that data, okay? Take all the details of all the houses that are sold for the past couple of years, and then try to build a machine learning model that tells you the next time you put in details of a house, it will tell you how much that house is going to sell for. So this is the kind of things that I was talking to you about, okay? And we can also start doing some projects. I'll also give you tips and tricks to actually start doing a machine learning project. So we did Python, we did some machine learning algorithms. We have actually started implementing those algorithms by coding in Python. What next? Well, a lot of the stuff that is actually happening inside of these machine learning models, as actually, large bunches of numbers are getting multiplied and divided and added together, maybe other more sophisticated mathematical operations being done to them. So how do you get a handle on all that? Well, you can actually start learning a little bit of linear algebra. And you don't need to learn a lot of linear algebra. In fact, you only need to learn a few concepts in linear algebra to actually understand what's actually happening under the hood. And we'll also talk about learning a little bit of differential calculus. Now, both the linear algebra and the differential calculus will take probably like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a little longer, depending on where you come from, to actually learn. And with that, you will have a pretty good understanding of what's actually happening when you make a predictive model, okay? And the final piece is actually learning a little bit of probability and statistics. Why? Because a lot of these algorithms and concepts in data science are actually built on fundamental foundational statistics and probability, okay? And again, we don't need to go too deep unless you really want to become a more statistics kind of a person. So there are people who do not do much machine learning but who use a lot of statistics in data science, and they want to create all these beautiful data visualizations and that kind of stuff. So we will also do a little bit of statistics and probability, okay? And that will kind of round it up. And then it's up to you how much effort that you put in. We will also suggest a few more advanced data science courses, if you really want to become a data scientist, or if you just want to use a few machine learning algorithms for your project, or you want to transition into a more data sciencey role at your company, this should be enough, okay? And then you'll have to practice, get a few more data sets from the internet and do a project. You can either do one project, in a very detailed kind of a way, or you may want to try out different kinds of data and try to do a few different projects. Okay, we'll talk about all that. Enjoy your day. Bye bye, and see you in the next video.